Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Four horsemen of the apocalypse galloping through town right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a fun day when you start out with the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It just is.
Wow. Making the apocalypse fun again.
That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're here for. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I've got to start out with this Biden thing because this is driving me out of my mind. The Biden speech that he just made about his policies, mostly climate change.
Yeah, 2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
This part just, it makes my head explode.
Science tells us we have 9 years before the damage is irreversible.
No, they don't. Scientists don't say that. No science person says that. No one says it, not even the kookiest nut jobs at the IPCC at the UN. And even they have denied that they ever said such a thing. And they've denied it over and over and over again. Yet, these buffoons like Joe Biden just keep repeating the same lie. And it's a despicable, dangerous lie. It's hurting our children. It's scaring the crap out of them. I mean, they take it to heart. They don't know that you've got some kind of political agenda. They don't understand that. They don't have the experience to understand that you're playing some game with their lives. You've essentially told them that we're in the process right now of killing them. You're telling them that we're denying them a future. This lie is to the point where I think it's criminal. I think it's just criminal.
Yeah, but going along with that, if they are so terrified of the future, many have admitted that they don't want to have children because of the world that is waiting for their kids. So if it keeps some of these brain-dead morons from procreating, there is a silver lining there.
Yeah, the silver lining is we stop procreating, and we end up as an extinct species on this planet. That'd be
I'm
nice.
just saying I don't want some of these
nice.
individuals that buy into this insanity.
I know. It's just
procreating.
They can't help it, though. I mean, they don't have a chance. These kids don't have a chance with the education they're getting in the public schools, with what the leftists are telling them. If their parents are lefties, then they're not getting exposure to the truth. They're not getting both sides of the equation. That's why they're so hell-bent that the world is ending. That's why you've got this person.
How dare you?
That's where she comes from. She comes from a world in which they're telling her science says we have 9 years. First of all, those 12 years that they initially started with have gone by fast. I think it was 12 years last year. Then every few months they lower it a year. Now it's 11, then it's 10.
Metric.
9.
Metric.
Oh, are we going by metric years?
I think that's what we're doing
Okay,
now.
well then I don't have any. It could be 1,000 years from now.
It could be next week for all
it
we know.
It could be today. I don't know.
Could be today. Maybe that's what the Four Horsemen are up to.
Now, today, this is kind of interesting as we speak of global warming. Death Valley could soon see the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth. They're expecting 130 degrees.
Oh.
130.
And I think that I thought it was my backyard that was going to be setting that record. It has been.
I know it feels like it's that here.
Ugh.
Yesterday it was nice, though. Yesterday, I think it was mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
That was like chilly. Brr. Brr, I'm cold. It's cold. Brr. Brr, it's only 95. Brr.
Yeah. Well, 99 today, so warming back up. I hope you didn't enjoy that cool down for too long.
I just couldn't believe how good 95 degrees felt yesterday. The humidity was down a little bit.
You're right.
Temperature was down, and it just felt pretty dang good.
It's like, is it fall?
Yeah. I know. We go right. We skipped fall and went straight to winter.
Brr.
So the 3,000 square mile northern Mojave Desert recorded its second highest temperature July 12th, 128 degrees Fahrenheit. Then a peak following a string of 4 days saw recordings of 120, 124, 128, 124. The temperature hit 129.2. That's the hottest ever recorded temperature on June 30th, 2013, but there's some dispute apparently in the meteorological community about the real hottest temperature ever recorded.
Yeah, I got it on Google right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, official records, I guess, show the marker came in 1913 when the temperature hit 134.
That's what I have, yeah.
Okay. A 2016 analysis by weather historian Christopher Burt argued the 1913 record is essentially not possible from a meteorological perspective.
What?
Why?
Wait.
What are you talking about?
That's not possible.
Why?
That's weird.
Says the reading was a mistake. While Death Valley knocks on the door of a heat record, other U.S. states, well, then doesn't even explain what his problem with that is. I guess because it wasn't warming like it is now. I don't know. Is he claiming because we didn't have global warming back then, it couldn't have been 134?
You might be right.
I bet it
that
is.
Seriously, maybe
it has something to do with climate change. Mm-hmm. But it does. These buffoons, they're driving me out of my mind. 9 years before irreversible climate change.
So the that's the hottest temperature, right? 134.
Mm-hmm.
For all intents and purposes. What is your guess on what the coldest temperature ever recorded?
I'm going to say Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
And 128 below.
135 below. 135.8. Well, but we're going to recalculate that because there's no scientific way, meteorologically speaking, that could be possible. Yeah, that's cold. That's a little
that is chilly. Yeah.
Minus 135.8.
You would definitely say, Burr, it's cold. I'm cold, Burr.
Yeah, that's...
that is incredible.
And don't forget, those two ladies, I think, are still stuck there.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
thinking they might have to go through the winter or something because of... that's what I don't understand with this COVID stuff. Why can't one or two people take a ship down there and pick them up? We're not asking for an arena full of people to come and get these women out of there.
Right. And this is the time to do it. It's summer.
Right.
No, it's not the time. It's winter there now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
That's probably why it's winter. So you're not going to get a ship down there, but could you get a plane in there to
Somebody get there.
pick them up? Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're going to wind up being there. Is it a year and a half?
Yeah, let's see. So I'm looking to see if there's an updated story because I haven't read anything about them since May.
How would you like that? I mean, there's nothing there. There's you're not going out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to a water park.
I think there's a Stuckey's, but it's just it's on the other side of the continent. Unfortunately,
man, that sucks.
That was a bad choice for where they decided to camp. Anyhow, yeah. So I haven't seriously. These Arctic explorers stranded. There's been no update since May 8th. All right. Well,
yeah.
Hope you're having fun because they describe their living quarters. It sounds like half the size of this room.
Yeah, it's tiny.
And it's just they're always having to close the door manually because of the storms and stuff. Oh, it sounds horrific. I really hope they're okay.
That would not be fun.
No.
I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Yeah.
I guess you got to be a scientist to understand.
Yeah, one of them said it was their dream to to go down there.
All right.
I'm guessing you're not dreaming that dream no more.
I happened to look at the temperature there the other day, and it was 69 below zero. So
so it was kind of balmy.
It was balmy.
Sure.
Yeah. They're probably out sunbathing, I bet. Getting a little sun, working on their tans.
Bet they are.
I bet they were, yeah.
Oh.
All right, got some tweets here from Racco. Does the Burger King song make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Foreigner?
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure it probably does. Methane! How does that?
Oh. Methane. Wait, we not have...
I've already forgotten since yesterday.
All right, Martin, did you put that in the system yet? No. There it is. No.
Methane!
Thank you. Oh, look, I think it's...
Got pots on their head. There it is.
Thank you.
And the scientists have proven that it works.
No, they haven't. So.
Reducing
Well.
reduce emissions by more
Okay, so
than a third.
If you've forgotten it, now you have it back in your head. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rob.
I had to, and now it's firmly implanted again. That's great.
Oh, your audience thanks you.
Rants Out Loud Rants Out Loud tweets, the Washington Redskins are going to change their name to Washington A. Just like Lady A. No antebellum, just Lady A. No blues singers were hurt with this decision.
That's good. That's good.
That's great.
Boy,
yeah, because there's no singer named Washington A, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's there for the taking.
Pathead Garcia sent this from a McDonald's door.
Yeah, I don't know where this is.
Due to the NB emergency.
I don't know if that's New Brunswick, because I looked up, she's in Wisconsin.
B emergency.
So I guess this is some Canadian thing.
Measures Act. Oh, okay. Due to the NB Emergency Measures Act, we are required to record the name and phone number of everyone placing orders at our restaurant. No. Sorry, I'm not giving you that. Please be prepared to provide this information before placing your order. You gotta be kidding me. Well, yeah, you're not getting my business.
No.
That's for darn sure.
Okay, so you wanted a Big Mac and large fry and a Coke. I'm going to need your name and your phone number.
Phone number. And what's your address? Give me your social security number. No. And when they do that number thing in the store when I'm buying something, can I get your number? No, you can't. No, you may not.
I've told you how that cost me my job,
asking.
Right? Because I refused to get that information from
Radio
customers
Shack?
at Radio Shack.
Yeah.
You know, you check out and you give them their information. I just tab. $4.84, please, sir. And so I was accused of falsifying company records. See you, Keith.
And look what happened to him afterwards. That was a really good idea to get people's information like that. Yeah. They went out of business.
That's right.
Right? Aren't they gone completely?
Well, there's like 8 left or something. I don't know. There's very few around the country.
You did the right thing, Keith.
Thank you.
The Pat poll results from yesterday. We took a poll on which was the better frivolous video clip.
Which video? You like the?
Was it the Thunderstruck baby, where the dad took a year of recordings from the baby and turned it into Thunderstruck by AC/DC?
Oh, yeah, there's a longer version out there. I think he did the whole song.
Did he?
Yeah. So that's what I posted there, so people could watch that along with the Karate Bear videos.
So Thunderstruck baby beats Karate Bear 57 to 43%.
As it should.
But it's fairly close.
Yeah. I mean, Karate Bear was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
But Thunderstruck Baby was awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. And that took some effort.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the videos or want to see the poll for yourself because you don't believe our numbers, you can go to Twitter at Pat Unleashed. It's near the top there.
Also, Twitter was hacked yesterday. And according to the Babylon Bee, what tipped him off was a Joe Biden tweet. The hack suspected as Biden posts complete coherent thought on Twitter. So somebody hacked in.
But now that is the actual tweet from Biden and Elon Musk and so many others yesterday of give $1,000 to this, deposit $1,000 into a certain Bitcoin account, and we'll send you back $2,000.
Only doing this for 30 minutes.
Yeah, so lots of people apparently did that.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. They fell for that? Oh, my. That's, I'm sure all Bitcoin sent to the address below will be sent back doubled. Why would you do that? Don't you think, well.
Just send me the money.
Yeah.
Just send me $1,000. Why do you need my grand?
What's in it for you then if you're going to double my Bitcoin?
But yeah, so lots of accounts. In fact, I know that you were affected as well. All of those with blue checks could not tweet yesterday afternoon for a couple hours. And I know that really put a crimp in your day.
Sure did.
Right, because you were just
I was
furiously
beside myself.
Tweeting out stuff.
Yeah.
And then, boom, the brakes were pulled on the...
Yeah, it was...
So what'd you do for the afternoon while you
wept.
were locked out?
I sat and wept.
Yeah.
As a man, I wept openly.
Uh-huh.
And I was unconsolable, really, all day long.
Wow.
Only now, because it's finally unhacked,
can
I not weep.
Mm-hmm.
So, Twitter revealed what it knows so far about the hack in a series of tweets posted on its support account. The company said it believed the hack had been made possible by tricking one or more of its employees who had access to Twitter's internal systems and tools. Such an attack involves the perpetrator duping the target, in this case, one or more individuals at Twitter, into making security-related errors or divulging sensitive information that enables the hacker to gain access. There's a number of ways in which this can be done. We know they use this access to take control of many highly visible, including verified accounts, and tweet on their behalf. We're looking into what other malicious activity they may have conducted or information they may have accessed, and we'll share more here as we have it. Said that once it learned of the incident, they immediately took down the affected accounts and removed the scam tweets posted by hackers.
Like Pat Unleashed.
I wonder how many people fell for the Bitcoin scam.
Well, they think, I don't know how they calculated this, but they think around $100,000 was
stolen.
Yeah, was.
Jeez.
Yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
People, if it looks too good to be true, it definitely is, especially on the internet. It's like, there's a Nigerian prince who's having trouble getting money moved out of his
Hold on a second.
country.
Tell me more. What
yeah,
now?
he's got like $50 million.
Hold on. I got to write this down.
But he needs me to send him, just a small amount of money, a couple $1,000.
He needs you to do this?
Yeah.
Can I do this?
Yeah, you can do this.
Okay, so how do I reach out to this?
You send him a few $1,000 in your information to the Nigerian prince.
But I mean, it sounds completely believable. But why does he need my money? Can't I just give him my bank account?
You could give him your bank account.
He probably needs my routing number too, so that he could send the money.
He does need your and your social. So other than that, it's really easy, and then you'll get the money as soon as he gets access to it.
So how do I get in touch with this guy? Did he send you an email?
I don't remember, but I think Jeffy just went through this. Like recently, he got the Nigerian scam.
Mm-hmm. They're still doing that, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
as long as it works,
been a while.
Why would you stop?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that email, but don't do it, y'all.
No, please don't do it. Please. And don't go to Walmart or Target and get a gift card loaded with cash and send it to anybody either.
Now, all of this being said, if you would like to send me your bank account number and your routing number and stuff like that, I can just test it out to make sure that everything is
right. You'll just
good.
keep it safe.
I'll just keep it safe. I just want to keep an eye on it for you.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you about something that's not a scam, and that's Keeps. If you want to keep your hair, if you've got male pattern baldness starting to kick in, and you're starting to notice your hair is getting really thin, this is a great time to get involved with Keeps. Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products. This is the real deal, and because they're the generic versions, they're going to save you a whole bunch of money. And we're going to give you 50% off the already low price just to get you started on this. Now, you don't even have to go to a doctor's office to do any of this. You go online, answer a few questions, and then snap a couple of pictures and post those, and then a doctor will review all of your information and recommend the right hair loss product for you, and it'll be shipped discreetly to your door. Keeps. It lets you keep your hair without even leaving your couch. Go to keeps.com/Pat. That's keeps.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
What was the gun guy's name? You remember
Cody.
him? Yeah, Cody.
Yeah.
It's Cody Wilson?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cody Wilson.
Cody gun, 3D.
Is he in jail?
Let me find out.
He ran amok of the law in some way, and I think he had a couple of issues that were not good.
Let's see.
And he was in some trouble.
Let's see here. 7 years of probation, during which time he may be required to register. So it looks like he's out, just community service and a big fine and stuff like that. But yeah.
But what's he resisting? I don't know.
In whose conception, under what
paradigm?
You know, I'm just resisting. What am I
resisting? I don't know.
The collectivization of manufacture, the institutionalization of the human psyche.
I'm not sure.
But I can tell you one thing. This is a symbol of reversibility. They can never eradicate the gun from the earth.
Yeah. Right. And he made a bunch of money on Bitcoin.
He sure did.
Wonder if he sent in 1,000 and got back 2.
I'm guessing he didn't.
Yeah, probably not.
I think he's fine. So he had that's where he made tons of money, was Bitcoin. So when he got that $1,200 fine, he had no problem paying that back in the day.
No, it was fine. Yeah. He was a confident young man, and I think, made a couple of mistakes along the way. Wasn't something involving the Philippines or...
he was indicted for sexual assault
That's what
after
it was.
encountering a minor he met on a website.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay.
Cody, you're too smart for that.
She was 16.
What are you doing? Did you ever hear the Ringo Starr song, Only 16?
That was in my head, too. I was trying to figure out if I was going to tell the audience it was in Austin, Texas, in a hotel room, or if I was going to sing that song for them.
Yeah. Tough to decide which way to go on that.
That was a creepy song, man.
The 70s featured many creepy songs.
I've told you, the 70s is an overrated era for
no,
music.
No, it's way
song,
underrated.
Oh.
Way underrated. But there were some creepy songs. They didn't look at it like we do today.
I don't care. You're 16. You're beautiful in your mind.
I know.
Ugh.
I know.
And I forget that's Ringo, right? You said that was Ringo that sang that.
Yep.
And
Ringo kind of looked creepy.
Yes.
Really, like that.
I just don't want it to ruin the Beatles anymore. Just to stop right there.
But he's been married to the same woman for 40 years or more.
Was she 16 when they got hitched?
No, she was actually an adult. So, yeah, it worked out better.
Better
than the song worked out, really. The uncle of a young hero just posted this on Facebook the other day. This is an amazing story. This poor little guy had to pay a price for this, but he was protecting his little sister. And his uncle posted, Bridger, so obviously his name's Bridger, is a hero. 6 years old. How brave is this young man? Hey, I'll share my nephew's story so that it gets as much exposure as it can. We know that our little hero would love some words of encouragement from his favorite heroes. On July 9th, my 6-year-old nephew, Bridger, saved his little sister's life by standing between her and a charging dog. After getting bit several times on the face and head, he grabbed his sister's hand and ran with her to keep her safe. He later said, if someone had to die, I thought it should be me.
Oh, God.
At 6 years old? Wow.
Hello, special forces for this kid in the future.
Yeah, no kidding. He got 90 stitches from a skilled plastic surgeon. He's finally resting at home. We love our brave little boy and want all the other superheroes to know about this latest hero who joined their ranks.
Yeah, and this guy tagged Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt.
Hoping to get them to say something to him.
Yeah, I don't know where that stands, but I hope they see this because that kid is awesome. Jeez. Look at his poor face, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yikes.
What a brave kid. And look at that sweet girl that he saved. Man.
If someone had to die, I thought it should be me.
Who talks like that?
At 6?
And he's 6?
Yeah.
Man. Total hero.
Really amazing story. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let's spin the wheel of
we want to
cancel.
Oh, it's so...
So should we say it's all right, we'll do it again. Here we go. Number 5. Same as it would have been before.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's actually where I think it landed.
Oh, good. That worked out.
Story number 5 in cancel culture. This is amazing. Gary Garels is a senior curator at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. He just had to resign. He was basically fired after the museum rank and file staff demanded his termination because what he said was at a staff meeting, listen to this.
Oh no. Should Martin have the dump button ready here?
Yeah, you probably should.
Cancel something.
I'm quoting now. Don't think this is coming from me.
Okay. All right.
I'm quoting him, and I quote, "We will definitely still continue to collect white male artists," unquote.
Well, he said that?
He said that. Yeah. Has that made you nauseous almost to hear something so racist and so horrible? It's turned my stomach, frankly. And I don't know if I can continue.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
so he just said that they will continue to collect artifacts.
Yeah. And obviously, that was such an egregious statement.
Right.
that when they wrote up the petition demanding his removal, it said Gary's removal from San Francisco Museum of Modern Art is non-negotiable. Considering his lengthy tenure at this institution, we ask just how long have his toxic white supremacist beliefs regarding race and equity directed his position curating the content of this museum? And they fired him.
I want to joke around with this, but I'm very, very angry.
I know.
So instead, I think I will be my real self and say, better not be my real self and say what I want to say. This is insanity, man.
Yeah, it's gotten so out of control.
Oh.
So he apologized, of course.
Of course he did.
But that's not enough. We don't care that he apologized. He's still got to go. I want to offer my personal and sincere apology to every one of you. I realized almost as soon as I used the term, he also, I guess, went on to say something about it would be reverse discrimination if we did that.
Which
Uh-oh!
is right.
Uh-oh! I realized almost as soon as I used the term reverse discrimination that this is an offensive term and was an extremely poor choice of words on my part. I'm very sorry at how upsetting these words were to many of my staff.
Well, let's just start calling it discrimination. Why do we have to put reverse in front of it?
Jeez.
You know? Just discrimination is discrimination.
He added, I do not believe I've ever said that it's important to collect the art of white men. I have said that it's important that we do not exclude consideration of the art of white men.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care which way you said it. It's unsayable, my friend. You've spoken the unspeakable. That is just, it's unbelievable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Can you, you can't say that, okay, we can't exclude white men here. It's great that we're doing some diversity here, but we can't exclude any person, right, just based on their skin color. Seems like that was something important to Martin Luther King. Judged them by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin, but it's the opposite now.
I'm sorry, who are you quoting again?
Yeah, Martin Luther King, MLK.
Doesn't ring a bell in 2020.
Sure doesn't.
No.
None of what he stood for is even considered anymore by the likes of Black Lives Matter.
That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to move to cancel him next. Because he wanted everybody treated equally.
Yeah.
And that's not good enough, man.
Well, he would be canceled in this day
That's
and
what I'm
age.
saying.
Yeah,
I wonder when do they...
He would be canceled.
God forbid, when are they going to go and march on that statue in D.C.?
I don't know. Speaking of all, did we ever play the Hardin Simmons, Dean? I think we did. Who kicked out the student because she wrote All Lives Matter?
How long ago was this?
She said, yes, Black Lives Matter. This was last week or the week before.
Yeah, okay, we had the story, but there's like audio or video or something?
Yeah, there's
I don't remember hearing anything.
audio of the dean. Let me see if I can find it here. And what she said was on her Facebook post, yes, of course, Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. And so here's what he said.
I became aware late Tuesday evening of a deeply disappointing and unacceptable social media post by one of our students. As we said that night, the message shared by this student...
By the way, keep in mind, deeply disappointing and unacceptable. All lives matter.
...is not reflective of the Christian values of our institution or the vast majority of our community.
So in your Christian values, you don't believe all lives matter? Huh. That's fascinating.
What the student did was wrong.
What did you do?
Upon learning about this post, we immediately took action to address the situation and began a required disciplinary process.
Yeah, we booted her right out of school, being the tolerant, wonderful, social justice warriors that we are here at Hardin Simmons.
Individuals and news outlets have asked the university to disclose the specific steps and disciplinary actions taken regarding this issue.
But you're not going to.
The university takes the privacy of each individual student's information seriously.
Sure you do. And you've announced that you kicked her out of school, but you're not going to announce the process. I see. That's really great for her. That's perfect. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, but let's not forget all lives matter. I'm sorry, that's deeply disturbing and unacceptable, and you can't go to school here any longer. Frankly, if that's who you people are, I wouldn't want to. Whatever happened to the murder hornets that were expected to wreak havoc in the United States?
What a letdown, right?
Yeah. They found 1 or 2 dead ones or something in Washington and created this panic. Oh, look at those things. They're going to kill all the bees and us.
There's been some great memes on the internet about that. Like, hey, whatever happened to the murder hornets? I feel like we skipped over the murder hornets, or why did we introduce them into the plot? It seems like that didn't
And then
really...
just left that plot naked, empty.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything with it.
You got an update or something?
So they appear to be spreading south with a new confirmed sighting in Washington state where people have scrambled to set up more than 1,000 traps since reports of the insect. One of the jumbo stingers, a queen, was found nearly dead on a woman's porch on June 6th in Bellingham, roughly 15 miles south of Custer, where the deadly hornets were first spotted. Dead. The only way these deadly hornets are deadly is that they're all dead.
No kidding. That's why they're deadly.
Stupid.
You keep using that word.
They are strong flyers, so they can spread very far distances if they want to. The biggest risk to humans would be if you stepped in a nest and were stung multiple times, and they nest in the ground.
Oh.
Well, that's weird.
That's not good.
So it's easy to miss. The department plans to trap and tag the species worker hornets in order to follow them to their nests and then extinguish the colonies with pesticides. At least 4 other confirmed sightings of the species, officially named Asian giant hornets.
Whoa.
Why the racism?
Wow.
Oh,
I guess we should have edited that word out of the story before we handed it to Pat.
You didn't say Asian in a glowing term.
Right.
Or in a reference to food, so you're a racist.
Clearly.
So, okay, they've been reported in Washington, including a dead queen, and others have surfaced farther north in British Columbia.
They're always dead or dying.
Nothing but the dead and dying and murder hornets. There's another song for us. Sapp said her department has received hundreds of reports from all over the country in recent months, but no murder hornets have been confirmed outside of Washington state. Wow. So they're moving south. 15 miles south. Woo! And it was dead.
Well, I think
or nearly dead.
I think the murder hornet family wanted to get to a safer neighborhood. They're like, we got to get out of this crime-riddled area, and so we're moving 15 miles south, kids.
And they did.
And then they
it killed them.
And it killed them. How ironic.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are killing bumblebees, thinking they're they're Asian giant hornets. That's doing more harm than good. Well, I mean, yeah, kill bumblebees. You don't want to kill bumblebees. Mm-mm. The invasive insect, which can grow up to 2 inches long, about like that, I guess. Okay. 2 inches.
Wow,
they're a threat to honeybees, which they can decapitate in seconds.
Oh.
While a sting to humans usually isn't fatal. Usually, the host of an extreme nature show that described being stung as searing pain, absolute searing pain.
Oh, okay.
So it does hurt. It just doesn't kill you. Huh. But a hornet sting, I was changing a light bulb over our front door.
When was this?
A couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that there was a hornet in there. And so I'm up there with my hand, and it stung me right between the fingers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought I was being electrocuted. It was like, what? Did I just...
Yeah.
And then there was this... the hornet stuck to me, and had to pull it out of there. But that thing...
That sounds like fun.
Hurt like crazy. So
right.
If that hurts more than the hornets, I'm guessing that really is pretty serious
that
pain.
That webbing is no joke for pain. Like that between your fingers.
It
yeah,
hurts.
Because when I tried to saw my fingers off with the hedge trimmer, they were getting ready to do the sewing, and they put in the whatever they call it. I don't know, Novocaine, whatever it is, you know. And I said, okay, are you guys ready to do this? Because if you're not, you're gonna have to do this again. Oh yeah, the doctor's on his way, whatever. So they gave me 2 shots, you know, in between the webbing there, and then when he comes in there way later, I could feel the needle going in because it had worn off, and then they had to do it again. Oh, that
warned them.
That was seriously the most pain I've ever been in. Was those
and I bet in
stupid
Malinak
shots.
world, you were pissed.
Oh, I was
and you
so
probably
angry.
let him know.
And then he said, and then he's like, well, let me just go ahead and finish up this first stitch, and then we'll do it. No, what are you doing, man?
I would have liked to have been there to see that.
Oh, I was
that
angry.
Been fun.
I had a Nebraska game on my phone, so I was like literally just trying to zone in so hardcore on this to take the pain away, but no.
Thanks for bringing up the fact that there's going to be no football this year. Appreciate that reminder too. All right. Also, in this perfect world that we're in right now, where everything is awesome.
It is.
When you're part of a team. And health officials in one Colorado county are warning residents after a squirrel tested positive for bubonic plague.
All right.
Enough. So now we've got bubonic plague to worry about.
Come on, 2020.
Okay. What else can you throw at us? This is the first positive case of plague in Jefferson County this year. Plague can be spread to humans and other animals through direct contact, including bites or through bites from infected fleas.
Plague.
And it's caused by a bacteria called Yersinia pestis. Like, we didn't know that. Symptoms of plague in humans include sudden onset of high fever, chills, headache. Well, that's so you won't know if you have COVID or bubonic plague. Nausea, extreme pain, and swelling of lymph nodes occurring within 2 to 7 days after exposure. So thank you, 2020, for the addition of bubonic plague, the freaking black plague we also have to worry about.
The year that keeps on giving. Have we not marked everything off the freaking list yet?
No, we haven't, because bubonic plague has also been found in a herder in Inner Mongolia.
Okay. Good.
So I guess an actual human has it in Inner Mongolia, not Outer Mongolia. So we're protected a little bit because there's Inner Mongolia and then it's surrounded by Outer Mongolia. I
see.
And so we can't escape Outer Mongolia for a while at least. A herdsman in the Chinese region of Inner Mongolia was confirmed to be infected with bubonic plague. A reminder of how, even as the world battles pandemic caused by a novel virus, old threats remain.
Yay! We got new threats, we got old threats. I mean, seriously, can we just...
Man.
What is left on the list? What's left?
Leprosy. We could have leper colonies.
The year's only half over. Leprosy is on the docket. You're on deck, leprosy.
I will say this, though, just to add a little bit of a silver lining to the bubonic plague cloud.
Some good news.
It does respond to antibiotics, and we can cure it, as well as leprosy. So, yeah, at least there's that.
Okay.
It's better. It's actually better to get these bacteria than the viruses because the bacteria are more easily dealt with. Unless they're super bacteria, and then of course.
That is good news.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Isn't that good news?
Good news.
Little silver lining.
Don't go dancing with a squirrel in Colorado.
Man. Or a sheep herder in Inner Mongolia. Don't dance with either one of them. But you can dance with Dr. Fauci because he won't step on your toes. He tells us that we can trust him. It's kind of...
This guy. Is he still...
He's wonderful. I love Dr. Fauci. I think more than just about anybody.
I was going to say, you were actually the first person that really, really loved Dr. Fauci. Before anybody else did, you did.
Yes, that's very true. And I don't know, he just rubbed me the wrong way from the very beginning.
Very beginning, you were all over him. Like,
yeah, didn't dig him.
Up with this guy.
While everybody, and they continue to lavish praise on him like he's a Greek god. It's like he's not fallible. He's all-knowing. He's all-caring. And you dare not say any word against him. You can't. Or you will be bludgeoned by the media. They will defend him to the hilt.
I mean, and remember that sign in the window, the shrine?
Yeah, the shrine to him. It's weird, isn't it?
What is that?
So he's asked a question yesterday about credibility. Here's that.
How do they know who to trust?
Mo, that's a good question, and it's difficult, to give you a definitive answer, except that for the most part, I believe, for the most part, you can trust respected medical authorities. I believe I'm one of them, so I think you can trust
No
me.
kidding.
But I would stick
We
with
can trust him. We can trust him.
respected medical authorities who have a track record of telling
Pause
the
it for a
truth.
second. Who have a track record? This guy's track record, he's got a 0 batting average. He's been wrong every time.
For nearly 4 decades.
Yeah. He's been wrong over and over and over again. We pointed him out all along the way. 80s, 90s, 2000s. He's been wrong on everything every time.
1099 the Big Frog. But seriously, this guy, and isn't that something that you would wait for them to say, to ask you, so can we trust you? Can you? You don't just say, well, I believe that's me that you can trust.
Yeah, right.
What an arrogant.
I know. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Medical authorities who have a track record of telling the truth, who have a track record of giving information and policy and recommendations based on scientific evidence and good data.
Oh, you're a good one.
So if I were to give advice to you and your family and your friends of your family,
we just take it
I
right
would
to the
say
bank.
that's the safest bet
I see.
to do.
Okay, thank you.
To listen to the recommendations from that category of people. But it's entirely understandable how the public can get mixed messages and then get a bit confused.
Yeah, thank you.
About what they should do.
Not confused, bewildered, and distrustful. It's more than confusion, because when you're wrong every time, and these are the people that are pointed to as the experts, as the ones to guide you on this, and they've been telling us different things the whole time, and they'll change it sometimes the next day. They'll tell us one thing one day, and the very next day they change it.
Yeah.
That's more than confusion.
I know your batting average, Dr. Fauci. I'm going to take my chances with the Nigerian prince, I think. At least, the jury's still out on him. Ugh.
It's pretty hard. He's right about that part. It's hard to decide who to trust and who to listen to here. And, I'm not saying, and have never said, I don't think that this disease is a hoax. I just think it's been overplayed. And then the contradictory information they give all the time leads you to say, what do you mean I have to wear a mask? You told me in the beginning they're not even effective. The only thing with any efficacy is the N95 mask, and that's only 95% effective. Thus the 95 in the N95 mask. The rest of the masks, we were told, were virtually worthless. And now they're telling us, they had that one expert who just said, if Americans would all wear masks all the time, in 1 to 2 months, this would be over. Wow. They've gone from completely not effective to it'll end the plague? Huh. Okay. 888-900-3393. So, yeah, it's difficult to know who to trust. I don't trust anybody. That's the offshoot of it. I don't trust any of these guys, any of these medical experts. It's hard to know what to believe. And we're hearing both sides of it. This is the worst thing. It's going to kill everybody on the planet, or it's a hoax and there's nothing to it. Yeah, I think the truth lies somewhere in between. But
how can you make a logical choice? Because the numbers are all over. We don't know what to believe.
And we'll talk about the numbers, because the numbers have been skewed and messed with and manipulated and lied about the whole time. When we get to the Florida numbers, we've got those here somewhere, right? And we'll do that in a second here. First, let me tell you about Rough Greens. If your dog's not as frisky as your doggy once was, maybe it's the dry dog food you're feeding your dog, because the dry kibble dog food, it's sterilized before it goes out, and that way it lasts a long time on the store shelf. So it burns out all of the vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, probiotics, omega oils. Well, Rough Greens VitaSmart puts all that back into your dog's food. It's a dog food supplement. You just sprinkle on the food, mix it in a little bit, and they will voraciously go after their food. They love this stuff. It's like candy to them. It's really interesting to watch because it's good for them. So maybe it's the opposite in the dog world. If it's good for you in the human world, it tastes like garbage or cardboard. But if it's good for you in the dog world, it tastes like candy. That's the way it should have been designed, right? Seems like that would have made a lot of sense. Anyway, take the Rough Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge and see if this doesn't make a difference in your dog in 14 days or less. It's just $14.95. And within 2 weeks, you'll see the difference in your dog. Go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's ruffgreens.com/blaze.
Pat Gray returns.
I'm just looking for those numbers, Keith, on from Florida. Was that in this pile, or was that yesterday I'm thinking of? Yeah, it was yesterday. Was it really? Yeah. Where it was saying that 100% of people tested in an area. Maybe I have that. Maybe that's in my stuff. Yeah, they were saying that 100% of people that were tested positive. Wow, that's really bad. Okay, so Florida, it's like going up in flames right now. Then it turns out, okay, no, it wasn't 100%, but it was really close.
Well, go to the top of the second page there.
It was 4%.
Oh, and go to the top of the second. Check out that fun number there too.
Orlando Health had a 98% positivity rate. 98%.
Oh no, what happened? Oh.
But when Fox 35 News contacted the hospital, they confirmed errors in the report. Orlando Health's positivity rate is only 9.4%, not 98%. Who do you trust?
It's a rounding error, Pat.
Who do you trust? You just listen to the health professionals. You can trust them. That is unbelievable.
It's amazing. And you remember early on, well, after she was done hanging out in Chinatown in San Francisco, telling everyone to go and live their lives, Nancy Pelosi said she would every day, she would just say, test, test, test. We got to test, test.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're understanding why now.
Yeah.
Because, boy, they have fun with these numbers, don't they?
They sure do. And, first they report the 98% positivity rate and everybody freaks out.
Yep.
And then the other, wait, no, it's 9.4%. By then it's too late. Everybody
and it's on page A30 or it's in the style section. It's hidden.
Right.
It's not in the lead.
Right, so nobody sees it. It's great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. Bronco Nagurski Fan Club tweets, send me 2 quarters and I'll give you 4 nickels. Wait.
I'm going to have to figure out the math on that. Is that a deal or is that...
because it's only 2 quarters for 4 nickels. You're getting twice as many.
It sounds like a test. I don't like tests.
Bird drone operator, a fool and his money or Bitcoin are soon parted. Mm-hmm. COVID Bullet 23. I hate you guys. I just got that damn song out of my head, and now it's back.
Oh, what song is that, Martin?
You're welcome. Happy to do that for you.
Just so y'all know, it now lives on Martin's board.
Oh, good.
And you'll be hearing it.
What was it? And again, you're welcome. Also, we got to do that stupid census cowboy thing, too.
Wait, what do you mean we have to
do
the stupid...
census?
Oh, you're going to write us a song?
I already wrote you the song.
You done did?
I just got to sing it now.
How about you just give us a little taste then? Come on.
All right.
All right.
Let me go ahead and give you a little taste of the... Kind of weird, though, because, it's going to be about the census, so...
Of course.
I don't know how cutting edge it is. Counting these people so long, though my math skills ain't real strong. Still, I'm glad that leftists taught me the wonder of Common Core. Conceptual understanding's the game. Don't matter none if you're illegal, it's all just the same. There can be no compromising. Our population just keeps rising. But I'm gonna be in the middle of history like a census cowboy. Counting Mikes and Bettys and people who were just named Joe. Like a census cowboy. Yeehaw! Counting boys and girls and other genders I don't even know. And I'm doing it all on my iPhone. There you go.
I didn't see that line coming. But did you say, what was the line? Conceptual understanding?
Yeah, that's the Common Core way. A conceptual understanding.
How many songs give you that line?
Not many.
Right.
I don't think there's that many, frankly.
Good stuff.
All right. Back to the tweets of the day. Lone Wolf 2965, silly optimistic me. You open with the sound of the four horsemen, but I think, there must be census cowboy news. And there it was!
There it was!
So we already fulfilled that, right? We're just reading your mind. Relentless daring. Discrimination is discrimination. Keith, your white fragility is showing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought discrimination was discrimination. Why does it?
I love it, man. It's just these, our listeners are so wonderfully sarcastic.
Yes.
Julia Burrell, what? With McD's personal info for a Happy Meal? Really? No. Dang, if this Big Brother isn't completely out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not giving McDonald's my name and number to order a Big Mac.
No way. The Pickled Squirrel tweets about McDonald's getting the name and number of their customers. My name is Jenny. My number is 867-5309. My pronouns are she, her, bite me. I don't think bite me is a pronoun.
Don't judge her. She can be who she wants to be.
Okay, yeah, you're right. All right. You're right. It's conceptual, right?
Yes.
Scintillating duck. Every bug is a murder hornet. Panic! Kill them with hammers!
Okay.
Or nuclear weapons.
Oh, okay.
Kool-Aid drinker. Shouldn't it be illegal alien murder hornets? Well, yeah, because they're undocumented. And Cindy Gold. Can we just call it December and end this year?
Really?
Once and for all?
Let's just celebrate Christmas and call it over.
Yeah, I'm ready to do that. Especially if there's no football.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
Man, I keep reading these depressing articles from all these sports writers who are saying, let's just face it, there ain't gonna be no stinking football.
These guys want 6 months off. That's what these writers want.
And I kept thinking, all right, why don't we just push back this season, play all the games starting in, maybe you have preseason, you have the fall camp in January, and then you start the season in mid-February and you play to April or whatever, early May. No. And they won't do that because it would run over the top of the NFL draft, and then you've got a bunch of guys going to the NFL next year.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. You can't do it.
I don't negotiate with terrorists. So we're going to have to draw a line in the sand.
Yes.
We're going to
just
stop
play.
giving them an inch and them taking a mile.
Right.
And we're just going to have to say, no, we're playing in football, so deal with it. I mean,
I hope that's what they do.
I just hope that the Redskins don't have a lot of time to figure out their nickname. Let's get this figured out and go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they've got a whole year to figure this out. But I think they should go, by the way, with some hogs or something.
The hogs
Red
would be
hogs.
okay.
Yeah.
Washington hogs?
Yeah, it's got a connection to
Is that going to be offensive to anybody?
Yeah.
Well, what about people who don't like to eat meat? What are you doing with the vegetarians? What about the vegetarians? Yeah, shut up.
What about people named Jeffy? Sorry. I'm Jeffy Jr. I mean Jeffy Jr. That's what this pig's name. Just a coincidence. Okay. So weird how that happened.
So then there's the other problem of, how many more of the college football conferences are going to say, we're doing conference only games.
Oh, wait, no, there's a thing that just broke yesterday. The NCAA saying that to be bowl eligible, that they're going to add 2 wins to your total. What was that?
What?
Yeah, it was something weird, and I just swiped it off my phone and moved on with my life. But yeah, let's see.
They're going to give you 2 wins?
The NCAA eases rules for bowl eligibility for this season only. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so as long as you win. I don't know. Let's see.
4 games?
Words.
You gotta win 4
Right.
games to go to a bowl?
Nebraska could have been there a couple years ago.
So could BYU in 2017. They were 4-9. You're a bowl team.
Yeah, it's something. This article has too many words in it.
Okay, yeah.
But-
You don't want to read something with too many
All
words.
right, let me back out of this.
Words are boring.
Let's see. That's like Butthead trying to read a package. Words. Let's see here. I don't know. It just said something about that's the kind of prep I do for this show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see something come across that might be
And
of
you'll
interest
forget
to the
about
program,
it, and
I'll
then
just
swipe it out. Don't read
So
it.
anyhow, yeah. So I think the requirement of a 500 record will not change, even if the number of games played is reduced.
Special season to get a 500 record.
Yeah. So in a season that's scheduled for only 10 games, 5-5 is already eligible NCAA rules. I don't know. Whatever. So
Okay.
It just feels like maybe there won't be a football season with stuff like this.
It does feel
coming
like that.
like-
I mean, because how are they going to work the bowl games? And are they actually going to play the bowl games? If you're only playing the conference season, then are you going to be too scared to go to a bowl game? It's not in your state. Oh, by the way, neither are anybody in your conference.
Yeah. Well,
pisses
what
me
better
off.
time? I really hope some good comes out of this communist Chinese flu, but maybe one of them could be a playoff in the NCAA.
Now that would be awesome.
Because we're going to have probably conference-only seasons, right? Which is going to shrink the number of games down. Well, then you just open it up, and maybe like the top 4 teams from each conference go to a playoff and stuff. I've always said that the way to get around to get a playoff and make all of these bowl sites happy is make the bowl games the playoff games. How hard is that?
It's not hard. It's really not. Well, they kind of did it.
They kind of did it with
in
the
FCS.
Yes, with the 4 finalists, but I'm talking about.
Well, no, FCS plays a
I'm sorry,
16-team tournament.
Yes.
16!
Yeah. But I'm talking about the Pinstripe Bowl meaning something.
Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be great. It really would. The other thing is, will Notre Dame ever meet their obligation to play another game in Provo, Utah against BYU? Well, this is the perfect year for that Notre Dame, who's been weaseling out. We had a 6 or 8 game contract with them.
Oh, wow.
They played 3 all in South Bend, and then they weaseled out because of the ACC deal. Yeah. So they said, okay, well, we'll at least do 1 return game for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really big of you. So they're supposed to play 1 game at Provo. BYU lost their last game on the same day that Notre Dame lost their last game. It'd be pretty cool to finally pay that off.
I remember maybe Nebraska could get over there and play.
I'd love that too.
Because BYU came to Lincoln, but
Right.
there's one rule though: if Nebraska goes to Provo, and that's you guys are not allowed to throw Hail Marys.
Can't quite agree to that.
Okay, all right.
888-900-3393. Also, prep schools. This is so great. Have adopted pro-Black Lives Matter curriculum.
About time, right?
Yeah, it is. Because no lives matter until Black Lives Matter. So elite private schools are being pressured by Black Lives Matter supporters to include materials on institutional racism in curriculum and student life programs. Black Lives Matter has driven protests against police brutality, earned donations from brand name corporations. It's interesting that nobody even looks into this. Nobody sees what these people are all about and who they really are. Swaths of private secondary schools have pronounced support for Black Lives Matter, or at least its principles. Many came out with anti-racism statements last month. It's fine. Okay, good. Following accusations from some alumni of color on black Instagram accounts, black at whatever school, claiming they experienced instances of racism during their time as students at the institution. Schools then apologized to former black or current students.
My goodness.
I mean, without even knowing anything about the background, or did it really happen, or, I mean, can we look into it, or no, we're just sorry for everything that everybody says we did.
So private schools now adopting Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, they're trying to eliminate white supremacy and all the while expanding initiatives related to diversity, equality, equity, inclusion, and promoting social justice. Social justice. The apologies and statements were not enough for some.
Of course not.
And activists demanded more because it's never enough.
Never enough, man.
No matter what you do, it is Never enough.
Think of the most insane, crazy thing in your mind right now to make it right.
It's not enough.
Nope.
Asheville, North Carolina just voted for reparations. That's not enough.
No, it's not going to be enough.
I'm sorry. Just one dumb little town doing reparations? That's not enough. We need $14.7 trillion in reparations. Like the head of BET said should happen. That won't be enough. You think that would stop all the outrage? No way.
Yeah.
No, it would not.
And, these public schools are also implementing these curriculums that infuse Black Lives Matter principles as they continue to brainwash our children. But I'm telling you, when the social justice mob realizes that indoctrinating your children is more difficult when they're at home learning online than in the classroom, that's when these public schools will open back up.
True. Yeah.
When they can get better access at your kids.
And they'll try to ban homeschooling. They'll try to ban it like they used to do.
You saw where LA and San Diego not opening up their public schools this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like part of the negotiation, the teachers union out there in California was saying that, look, you got to shut down these charter schools. We got to be on level playing footing here. We can't have these charter schools open if you're going to keep us shut down. So they got their way.
Unbelievable. Okay, so we want everybody to be behind, not just the public school kids. Everybody must suffer now.
Oh yeah, but the teachers union in California also wanted to. These are very education-minded goals here. They wanted an implementation of a federal Medicare for All program. They wanted new state-level taxes on wealthy people. They want
for the kids.
Federal bailout.
It's for the children,
for the school district. They want to defund police departments.
For the children.
I mean,
that's for the children.
If you think teachers unions care about your
children,
you're insane.
They do. They do. Yes. They love the 12-year-old children.
Michael Jackson cares more about the well-being of your child than teachers unions.
What kind of freak wouldn't love the 12-year-old children?
Some would love them a little too much.
You should give them some Jesus juice on the weekends. They can stay over and do a sleepover at my house.
Oh.
Because I love the children.
All right, 888-900-3393. Omega XL. Let me tell you, if you have just about lost hope on getting out of pain, you need to try Omega XL. Stuff is great, and it gave me some great results. On the inflammation that I had in my elbow joint, man, that hurt. And then after about a week of taking Omega XL, it had built up in my body, and it usually takes, I think, about 14 days. I started feeling the difference in a week, and then much more in 2 weeks. This is backed by 35 years of clinical research. What it does is it turns off. There's an off switch called resolvins, and Omega XL is loaded with them, and it just shuts off the inflammation. Pain relievers, topical rubs, they just cover it up. And sometimes not even that. And you get the side effects from the NSAIDs, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatories that you can get over the counter. And they can, start doing damage to your kidneys and your liver and all kinds of things. Omega XL is natural. It is not a drug. It's not something you're going to be addicted to, and it works. So to get you started, order Omega XL right now and get a second bottle for free. This stuff is really easy to take, little teeny gel caps. You could probably swallow it without even taking water with it. And there's no nasty fishy all-day aftertaste. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Call 800-844-4888, 4888. Or OmegaXL.com/Pat. We were just talking about the infection rate, because our promo there was just talking about that. How we spiked again, and it's all because of opening too soon, reopening. It's not because of that. We were doing, as they were saying on the promo, we were doing fine. We were doing fine for weeks, and then what happened? Well, the protest happened, for one thing, and then as I heard Rush talking about yesterday, the Northerners all came down to the South to enjoy the sunshine on Memorial Day.
Well, then.
And reinfected us. Bastards.
Carpetbaggers.
So I don't know. Plus, nobody ever talks about. They're still not talking about the protest. The protests, of course, made it worse. Of course, they made it worse.
Yeah, they got a laundry list of things to blame the right on.
Right.
And they just always leave that off.
Every single time. They try to blame the governors of the southern states because DeSantis went out on a limb and said, we're going to open up. Governor Abbott went out on a limb, opened things up. Same in Georgia. And Georgia was doing great. Georgia's rate was dropping like a rock. And then the protests hit. So don't tell me it was opening too soon because it's not from that. All right, we got some tweets here. Cyber Chasm. I think that did come from John Kerry, right? So it's the Cyber Chasm. Tweets, where are we in 2020? We dismiss the words and teachings of Dr. King, who was right about most, and embrace the words of Dr. Fauci, who's been wrong about everything. That does sum it up. Keystone Pig. So Fauci, the fraud, can understand that people get confused by mixed messages, kind of like the ones he himself has provided. Yes. Boat Guy 26. Pat, the medical community uses the metric system, so there's absolutely no way to tell what the true count is because no one understands the count. That's about where we are. For real. I mean, it's not even sarcastic. That's about where we are. Nobody understands the criteria or the actual system we're supposed to use. We're doing legacy counts. Why would you do that? Why would you count people who have already had it and don't have it anymore, but we're throwing them into the new ones?
Or multiple, or you test somebody 5 times. Right?
And, like this Joe, what's his face, at NBC.
Oh, you want this guy?
Remember, Joe?
Well, that's a little different thing. He tested negative every time. But
right. You're talking about positive tests.
I'm talking about people that have tested 5 times positive, right? They only had the COVID 1 time, but those are counted as 5 cases.
Oh, that's right.
So stupid. But you want to get into this guy, this NBC doctor? Oh, my goodness.
Dr. Joe, I don't know, something or other. I've got him here in the stack somewhere. He got really sick. And they tested him because he had all the symptoms like fever and headache and all the stuff. Lost his taste and smell, I think, and all that. So they tested him for COVID. He didn't have it. He continued to be sick. They tested him again. He didn't have it. They tested him again. He didn't have it. They tested him again and again, and he didn't have it. And the whole time they were acting as though he had it.
Right.
He never had it. Yeah. He tested negative 5 times. Then they tested him after he got well because they thought, well, okay, we'll get the antibodies. Nope. He didn't ever have it.
Do you want the video from, I think, June 14th when he was on NBC?
Yeah.
And trying to sell us on his illness and everything?
Dr. Fair, let me start with you.
Joe Fair.
Because I would like you to share a little bit about your recovery from COVID-19. What should Americans take away from your experience?
Well, first of all, I did not have any underlying conditions, and, I'm not like a triathlete or anything like that, but I was generally very healthy, could run, exercise probably 4 or 5 times a week. That being said, I did not expect if I got COVID-19 that I would get that ill because I don't have any of those underlying conditions. I'm 42 years old. So you wouldn't think clinically that I would be one of those people that would get so very ill. I can say that 7 to 8 days prior to me hospitalizing myself when I was doing the self-treatment, that was the worst I've ever felt. I probably spent 23 out of 24 hours in bed. And then obviously I developed the secondary pneumonia at the end, and so the struggle in breathing and everything else. So I was shocked at how severe my illness got, without having those underlying conditions that we've discussed so many times.
And without having COVID-19.
That is, everyone that's younger, everyone that is going out without masks now and being very cavalier with that and ignoring this kind of ongoing pandemic. We use the analogy and the band played on with HIV and its response in the early days. That's really the analogy we should be using with coronavirus right now to a much greater extent.
You didn't have it.
So those people that are young and think they're invincible, or people that just don't think it's going to affect them that greatly, even if they do get it, I can say that my own experience was the complete opposite to that. It really, I can't say that I had a brush with death, but it was enough to put me in the ICU for 4 days and in the hospital for 6 days.
You didn't even have the disease, so that's really strange. So I don't know. You didn't have it. I mean, how many times do you have to be tested and get a no? You don't have it. Okay, well, try it again.
Try again.
Okay. No, you don't have it.
I'll try it again.
Try it again.
Try it again.
No, you don't have it.
Well, just
try it again.
Try it again.
Try it again. No, you don't have it.
Okay, well, one more time.
Okay, try it again.
Okay.
No, you don't have it.
Okay.
All right, well, certainly I had it, so I got to have the antibodies. No, you don't have those either. Wow. Guy would not take no for an answer. He wanted that stuff so badly.
And these are tests that could have gone to people that were actually ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously he was sick. I don't know what he had, but it wasn't COVID. 888-900-3393. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Poppycock tweets, how many times are we going to let these people flat out lie about COVID-19? Caught with 90% fraudulent cases in Florida now? Fool me once, shame on you. You can fool me once, twice, 3 times a lady. And I love you. Bronco Nagurski fan club. Pat is going to make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Foreigner. That's sweet of you to say.
Sad, but true.
Kara 3022 standing over Pat. Oh, is that on the Census Cowboy song? Like a Census Cowboy. Gaslit in America. But will we be allowed to celebrate Christmas this year with all the Michelle Obamas out there, the changing traditions and language and such? Just seems like Christmas is toast.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we got to change our traditions. We got to change our conversation. We got to change our history. Jonathan Harris. So the company I work for created a diversity and inclusion committee. Oh,
yours too? I'm not talking about this one. I mean, I'm seeing reports of that all over the place.
Yeah.
Everybody's going through diversity training right now. Oh, it's fun, right, y'all?
They asked me to join. Today is the first meeting at 10:30 a.m. Wish me luck and pray that I still have a job afterwards. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, the brainwashing is now everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere. Schools, employers, cities, states.
From Pat's Paisley birthday pants.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's where they are. They're out tweeting. I couldn't find them this year, and that's where they are.
Glenn lost them.
You don't think bite me is a pronoun, Pat? Next thing you'll be telling me that irregardless isn't a word. Come on.
Come on, Pat.
Katie Stewart, when can we expect Pat's Census Cowboy to hit iTunes? Oh, really, really soon. It's probably there already.
Yeah, it's probably
number one.
Do you think it's
now.
overtaken your Who Pays Your Salary song?
No, that's the biggest selling song of all time.
Biggest download ever.
Jim Bicknell. So you finally got the methane song out of my head and replaced it with Consensus Cowboy. You're a cruel bastard, Pat. A cruel, cruel bastard. Liberty and justice. When reparations aren't enough, what else do you want? Well, more. Just more.
Right.
Because it's never enough.
Never enough.
Reparations is the new name for wealth redistribution.
Sure is.
Yes, sir. Comrade Snoobage tweets, if schools are going to be closed for remote learning, then there should be vouchers so my children can attend a different school. Yeah. Yes. I mean, the whole school situation this fall is driving me out of my mind. From them being closed and doing them online to the colleges being closed and doing them online, when you're paying, if you're paying an Ivy League tuition, that's really despicable. But no matter how much you're paying, whether it's $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, whatever it is, it's too much if all you're going to get is an online education, because it's just not the same. And they can't make it they can't make it seem like it is. I mean, they can act like it is, but it's not, and everybody knows it. You're not getting the same education that you would be if you were there.
Yeah, because I know that if you've been enrolled for a year, 2 years, 3 years at this point, you're, of course, going to do what they say because you're wanting that degree on the wall.
Yeah.
And so, okay.
Yep. And what are you going to do? Transfer? I get everybody's doing it. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody? Liberty, I think. Liberty opened this year and finished up their year.
That's St. Andrews, new St. Andrews College up in Idaho that we played the video about
that's
how
right.
Black lives really matter. Yeah, and the guy was on with Glenn yesterday. If you want to check out that interview. So anyhow, there's
and
a couple
he said,
schools.
see you in person this fall, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's a few. Sandra Myers, Tony Sarter, Asheville, North Carolina City Council approves reparations for black community.
Yeah, that's the thing. When
Yeah,
you were
they
reading
did.
about the reparations, that is just going to community outreach, community projects, stuff like that. That's not cutting checks for people. So that, again, that just goes right along with it. It's not going to be enough.
Oh, you know the little 6-year-old boy who stepped in front of his sister when the dog was charging at her and got his face bitten? Sandra Myers tells us, following the story of the boy who saved his sister, Chris Evans sent him a Captain America shield.
Nice.
That is really cool.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's great. Chris Evans seems like a good guy. I don't know. He's probably a serious lefty. But
you don't want me to
I don't want
follow up on that one?
No.
Keep moving.
Don't even look into it.
No, I don't need to.
You've already seen.
I'm not talking right now. The microphone has been shut off by Martin.
Sound of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse going through town. I mean, Captain America is a lefty. That's great.
I didn't say that at all.
That's great.
Didn't say it at all.
You didn't say it, but you certainly inferred it. All right. If the election were held today, the Constitution would be violated, but don't worry about that. But anyway, Trump would beat Biden by a lot, according to this poll in the Federalist. Despite the spat of recent polls showing former Vice President Joe Biden with a commanding lead, a new shock poll. Was it Drudge that started that? Now everybody uses it, and it's incorrect.
Shock poll.
I hate it. Shock poll. It's so stupid.
That's a good band name.
And it should be shocking.
Yes.
A new shocking poll.
Yes.
It's not a shock poll. It's a shocking poll.
I don't know. A shock pole sounds like something you would put into your swimming pool to get the chemicals balanced right.
That's
I
exactly
gotta
what
use
you do.
The shock pole today.
And you do shock your pool.
Yes.
Anyway, the new shock poll reveals Americans aren't quite as eager to hand over their freedom as some have said. According to Real Clear Politics' latest aggregate of polls. Oh, wow.
This is real good.
Biden leads Trump by 8 points, 49.6 to 40.8, but a poll conducted for the Sunday Express by Democracy Institute, Washington-based think tank, reveals Americans aren't buying the narrative. Most notably, rather than showing Biden with a sharp advantage, the survey forecasts a much tighter race, with each candidate receiving 47% of the national popular vote. Yeah. Moreover, the Democracy Institute predicts that if the election were held today, Trump would win 309 electoral votes to Biden's 229. Here's the problem, though.
What?
Let's say that happens, but Biden wins the popular vote.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah. It's going to be chaos.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's going to be absolute chaos. And they're already trying to set this up as if Trump won't leave office if he loses. Trump can only win if he cheats. I mean, they're setting up all those scenarios to piss off their left-wing kook base.
And as I've stated before, I contend that if Biden wins, then he destroys the country through policy because he's just a vessel for the hardcore left. If Trump wins, the country just burns to the ground because we're going to have
burns it to the ground.
The mob and the riots and stuff are just going to continue for 4 years.
Let's see. State-by-state data isn't conclusive considering the limited sample size, but it indicates Trump is ahead in the battleground states of Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin by a margin of 48 to 44% with 8% undecided. The poll puts Wisconsin in the Biden column while giving Trump Minnesota and New Hampshire. New Hampshire? Wow.
New Hampshire.
Wow. Okay, well, that's a lot more in line with the way I feel about it. I don't think there's any way Biden can win.
Well,
I mean, there is a way.
There's a way.
It's 2020, but and the world is just out of control completely. Yeah. But if Biden wins, that's it.
Yeah. But the good news about 2020 is, as we learned on Pat Gray Unleashed today, you could treat the bubonic plague that you're inevitably going to catch with antibiotics. So.
Right. Yes. So when rats or squirrels bite you, in the buttocks, and give you the bubonic plague,
do you have to be bitten in the butt?
You get bitten in the buttocks.
Really?
Yeah. And then it spreads.
What if they bite my hand?
You'll still get it.
Then how did the butt come into play?
Because that's usually where they bite you. They just jump up and bite you in the butt.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like rats hone in on the backside?
Squirrels, all of them, yeah. All those little rodent creatures do that.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know that they all aim
right?
for the butt cheeks.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? And then you get the bubonic plague, but it doesn't matter because you just take some antibiotics and it goes away.
But aren't you wearing pants usually?
Yeah, but they bite right through your pants.
Wow.
Sharp teeth.
Like that little rabbit in Monty
sharks.
Python who jumps and...
Just like that.
Wow.
Except it's in the
butt.
In the buttocks, not the neck.
Huh.
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you're trying to sell your home, I mean, it's hard. It really is. And it's a huge investment, and you want to sell it quickly. Because if you don't sell it quickly, you're going to lose money on it. Eventually, you're going to have to lower the price, and, who knows. That's why you need a good realtor. To market the thing, they know how to market. They know what to do with your house in order for it to sell quickly and for the most money. Like, does it need to be repainted inside, outside? Need to do the roof? What do you have to do to it? Are the countertops okay? Is the kitchen all right? Those are the big issues, and you need a realtor who can help you through that process because it can be really expensive. So, call the agents that have been vetted by Glenn's team, because this is Glenn's company, and so they vet these guys really carefully. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. Same goes for buying a house. Either way, if you're buying or selling, or maybe you're doing both because you're relocating somewhere, you're going to need a great realtor. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. Go to RealestateAgentsITrust.com. That's RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Gen Z has discovered they've updated the fake ID for the COVID-19 era, hitting up liquor stores dressed as elderly grandmas wearing coronavirus face masks.
I'm telling you, man.
Really? Oh, my gosh. They got... Like this girl who's maybe, 17 or 18, looks like. She's got a walker and put on the granny glasses and the mask. And so you can't tell that she's a teenager, and it looks like she's an old woman.
Wow. Just put like a hairnet on or like a kerchief or whatever.
Would you have ever thought of that when you were a kid? I don't.
I mean, I didn't drink when I was a kid. So.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah.
Good boy, that's great.
That was more of a 30s thing. So we've been talking off air. I think we just had the conversation yesterday before we saw the story. Just about how you could get away with anything right now. You could put on a mask, put on sunglasses, go into a retailer. Please don't do this. And rob the place, and they would have no way to identify you. No camera's going to help. No witnesses are going to help. And then I didn't even think about using that to get alcohol. But that's what they're doing.
Kids nowadays, they're thinkers. They're creative. The walker's a nice touch.
That is a...
You walk into a store with a walker, there's no way they're going to card you. Right?
That removes all doubt.
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely
you're old. Yeah. You're elderly. Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't even shooting for 21 there.
No, I know.
She's like, I'm going 78. Good stuff.
All right. 888-900-3393. And then you've got the ShamWow mask, which really helps. What's the guy? Oh, Vince is back. He's apparently overcome some of his issues.
I mean,
and he's right back to work for ShamWow.
If Jeffy were here, he'd say, who among us has he punched out a prostitute?
Yes, he would say that. And he probably will tomorrow. But check out this ShamWow new commercial for the mask.
Get the ShamWow mask, made in Germany and the USA. It's made with the same high-tech material used to make surgical masks. But the thing is, you can't wash these. ShamWows are machine-washable, reusable, and disposable masks. Come on, you're wasting them like you're a billionaire at a nightclub. Check this out. ShamWows are infused with real zinc to help fight and stop bacteria and other microbes. It's light, breathable, and has a cotton inner layer for comfort. Almost all cloth masks are made with woven fibers, which allow airborne germs and viruses to get through easily. But ShamWow is non-woven and prevents microbes from entering, keeping keeping you safe and sound. So you get it all. Comfort, zinc, reusability, and the best protection. Those other masks you see on TV are made in China. I love Chinese people too, but come on, quality-wise, go with the USA. And you save the environment. Forget the environment. Save yourself.
Get your ShamWow mask with zinc for only $29.99 plus free shipping.
Operators
if you call now, you'll get a second ShamWow mask free. Just pay for processing. Call 1-800-239-2134.
Wow.
That's
but they give you two. It's $15 a mask.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Now it's cheap. $15 a piece.
Like a
plus
billionaire.
shipping and handling, no doubt.
Like a billionaire at a nightclub.
What, is that really a thing?
I think he's doing money.
Billionaires in a nightclub. Is that how they act? They shell out money in a nightclub like that?
Yeah, I mean.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
So, good to see ShamWow Vince.
ShamWow Vince,
That's
yeah.
great.
But why does he got to rock when he's like talking to me? Like, he's going to fall over or something, but it's non-woven, Pat.
I noticed that. And it's got zinc.
Yeah.
So that stops and it makes this little sound. Ping.
Oh.
When
you can hear the virus?
Yeah. You can hear
now
the
I kind of
virus
want one so I can see how often I'm running into it.
Ping. Ping, 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 ping.
And we just need to be clear here. We love Chinese people too. How pathetic was that?
Pathetic.
I love Chinese people too, but I don't want my masks from there. I want it from Germany or America.
And it's better from Germany. What part is made in Germany and what part is made in the U.S.?
Like when I was a kid, that really wouldn't have.
So you got the elastic part made in the U.S. and the rest of it comes from Germany. I mean, every time ShamWow does an ad, they talk about German engineering. Have you noticed that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we just cracked the code here.
Something weird going on there with ShamWow in Germany. All right, we got this tweet from somebody who went to a Target, and
oh boy,
Shannon went to a Target, and apparently there's a new little Target uniform.
Oh no!
It says she's never going to shop there again.
Yeah, look at
that. I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. Okay. Oh boy.
Well, I mean, it can help part of that if you just take the mask off there, but
that would help you breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's the uniform. That wasn't just some lady doing that, huh? Oh boy.
I don't know if the whole store is dressed that way. That would piss me off.
Oof.
It's like, okay, bye-bye. And then Walmart is requiring a mask. They're telling U.S. shoppers, don't come if you don't have a mask.
Okay.
Don't be shopping here. So,
boy, Elon Musk, you just got, Bezos. I get my bazillionaires mixed up there. Jeff Bezos just got richer with that announcement from Walmart. More people using Amazon.
Yeah. And he's not rich enough because what is he up to? 180 million now? No, it was 200 and I think it was over. Was he over 200 billion?
No,
in the latest.
No, it's hang on.
He was at 171.
No, I think it's I thought it was I'm not even gonna guess, but it's not quite 200 yet. 180.2 billion. Billion.
Okay.
Billion. Not million. Billion.
Yeah, billion.
With a B.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. But congratulations.
He was chopped down all the way to around 100 billion, I think, after he had to divvy up some of it for his wife. And now he's already up to 180 billion. Wow.
And it all started in 1995
in his garage.
He took a loan from his parents. He convinced them to buy in $245,000 investment. And now he's worth 180 billion. That's America, man.
And he left the East Coast. He was doing this thing in his garage. They picked up their business. He and his wife, who's now quite wealthy, but they're not married anymore. And they drove across country to Seattle and started this thing going. Mm-hmm. And look at the result. And you would have never known that in the 90s. I mean, Amazon was doing well, but it wasn't anything like it is now. I mean, they kind of sold books. It was like a bookseller online.
Yeah, the Business Wars, great podcast, details the story of Jeff Bezos moving up in the world, and it's fascinating. It truly is.
It's a great American story.
Great American success story. Absolutely.
Yep. But they'll say, "Well, yeah, but his parents had to get him a loan." Yeah. Did they take out like a home equity line of credit, or did they have some money?
I don't
his
think
parents.
Yeah, I don't think it got into that.
Didn't get into that.
And I'm reading this article here. I don't see it getting into it here either.
All right.
Huh.
888-900-3393. If you're missing interaction with humans during this time, you're not shaking hands or hugging, there are some nice alternatives. I guess in Israel,
No.
they're having a little interaction with nature in order to take care of, their need to be close.
There need to be close. Let's see. What do we got here?
Nature and Parks Authority is encouraging people pining for contact to hug a tree.
No.
Ugh. Look at how stupid
That's so
this is.
dumb.
I hope they're just doing that for the commercial. They're not really doing that.
No.
I'm going to go out and hug a tree for real.
no,
I'm really going to hug a tree.
I think they're in line to hug them. I don't think this is a setup.
Israel's campaign follows a similar endeavor launched in April by Iceland's Forestry Service.
Oh, the Iceland Forestry Service.
That's why we don't live in Iceland. What a stupid country.
Whoa, don't be. Whoa, they're touching those
we
old
are
people.
not hugging too many people these days. Not our children, not our grandchildren. And hugging a tree is quite a nice thing to do.
Is it?
No.
I don't
Well, hug your
so.
grandkid, man.
I hug my children.
They grow up so fast. What are you doing?
I hug my children and my grandchildren.
I'm going to hug a tree instead. Oh, come on.
Okay, that's...
And how much longer are you going to go
Asinine.
on without hugging your grandkids? Really? It's been going on for like 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah, you should know. Either they have it or they don't by now. I don't know. And they haven't been back to school yet, probably. So why aren't you hugging your grandkids?
I've hugged a tree more recently than I've hugged my grandkids. Okay.
Unbelievable.
This is part of the Bay Tree Pact.
Good job, Martin.
I forgot about those two.
Yeah, I wonder what they've been up to lately.
We should find
With
out.
the whole... I mean, seriously, what... Are they sitting 6 feet apart when they're making those little silly videos?
That's true.
I don't know. Don't they live together?
Yeah.
The mother and
Mom
daughter?
and daughter, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
they're,
think they
I
do.
guess, allowed to
So,
hug. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. Also in Seattle, apparently, let's spin the wheel of... Well, I've already selected it, so... I guess it's too late. Yeah!
Okay.
The wheel!
So what number is that story?
Of...
What number we got?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a second. It's number 2.
Number 2,
It's
Pat! Tell them
story
what
number
they've
2
won!
on the wheel of cancel. Seattle held segregated training sessions on undoing whiteness, encouraged staffers to forfeit guaranteed physical safety. We're canceling integration right now. City of Seattle held a racially segregated employee training session aimed at white staffers. This is unreal.
So we're canceling integration?
Yeah.
And we're segregating our staff.
They instructed them on undoing your own whiteness. I'm getting so sick of this. I mean, when are we going to just stand up and stop it? Okay, stop it. In order to be held accountable by people of color, the session took place on June 12th as protesters took part in the so-called Capitol Hill organized protest. One handout distributed in this session reportedly declared how racism is not our fault, but we are responsible. Shut up. It doesn't even make sense. If it's not our fault, we're not responsible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I reject that completely. I'm not playing that game. Another said white staffers must give up the land and their guaranteed physical safety in order to be an accomplice for racial justice. No. Sorry. Not doing it.
Yeah. Instagram's got
Not
a
doing it.
mute white people button now.
Oh, good gosh. Mute white people?
There it is. You could just put that on your Instagram picture. Mute white people.
And that's okay. So if you had mute black people on your Instagram,
Oh, I'll be totally fine.
I'd be perfectly fine.
Of course.
Right? Sure. Why is this one-sided racism fine now? Why is that okay? We just replaced racism against blacks with racism against whites?
Ask South Africa how that's working out.
Yeah, really well.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.